Oh well, so today I thought we would talk about something different. Yet, I'll put you over here where the wind isn't as bad, hopefully. We have yet another problem here in the U.S. and the world. This concerns everybody, and that's the U.S. selling weapons. We're now at an all-time high of selling weapons, of course, what you'd expect from the Orange Man. He wants to increase weapon sales as high as you could get. He says this will bring money into the U.S. economy. So we've become the merchants of death. And how come I don't have the screen up to know whether I'm in the picture or not? Well, I guess I was. It looks like it. Leaves and all. So the U.S. from 2015 to 2016 increased weapon sales from $31 billion to $42 billion. Now the Orange Man wants to increase that by several fold. He wants to sell everything to everybody. As long as we're in so many countries, we might as well just make money off of it, he thinks. Of course, that's what he would think. So let's get a reading of who the merchants of death are, who are going to increase their profits under the Orange Man. Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, as in Boeing aircraft, the Northrop German Group, or however you pronounce that, General Dynamics, and that makes, as of 2016, the end of 2016, the U.S. was selling 57.9% of all the weapon sales there are in the world. So we really are merchants of death. And there's not a whole hell of a lot we can do. We can boycott Boeing. The rest of these, do we ever use any of these products from these people? Mostly just, Lockheed Martin, do you use anything made by them? Maybe you know of a way to boycott these companies, but so the reason there's so much interest in the merchants of death industry is because of the heavy lobbying there is on every single congressperson throughout the U.S. and the world. So just for the U.S., there was 700 to over 1,000 lobbyists lobbying these people in government on certain bills to pad themselves with weapon sales. So unfortunately, that means there's a lobbyist around every person that works in the legislature here in the U.S. Every one of them's covered with a lobbyist for everything that goes up. And they do make a huge difference on the way these people decide bills and what they're putting in the bills. Has everything to do with lobbying and absolutely nothing to do with the U.S. people. That's why I say we're so far past the Democrat and Republican parties as a fix for any of this stuff. So as I keep asking, what's this country turning into? And why are humans preparing for global war when we should be preparing for global unity? Actually use compassion and love and caring and honesty when you negotiate with other countries, and fairness. But as most people on here know, that's not the way the world runs. The U.S. says this is the way things are going to be, and the rest of the countries will either obey, or they get sanctions, or are prosecuted in some way by not obeying the U.S. It would sure be nice to see a real progressive in office here in the U.S. And let me ask the Orange Man one question, since he watches this video regularly. You know he does. What makes you think that somebody from Norway would want to move to the U.S.? What does the U.S. have that Norway doesn't? They have a superb working universal health care system that is one of the world's best. Doesn't cost the people hardly that much money because they use it They fund it with taxes, and they don't spend all their money on the military. So why would anybody from Norway come to the U.S.? If there's anybody from Norway or anywhere around there could answer that question, I'd love to know. Is there anybody in Europe that would rather be in the U.S. than where they live now? Is the U.S. still attractive to people? Kind of a short video today, but I did want to get out and get one more video in before that busyness starts again. So I definitely appreciate all the comments on the last videos and your ups and the downs and the new subscribers. And until next time.